G'day prospectors, Tony from Gold Talk Leonora, out on site, out on action. So just out here checking out Daisy, and I've just noticed I've got a bad weep out of my dipper arm cylinder, the top cylinder up there. That's new. I'm sort of a big fan of maintenance, and this old girl's been an absolute bloody cracker. I'm glad we bought this one. We got it, I'm not going to say cheap, we got it at the price that was right at the time because there was no maintenance being done on it. And you know, we got it for the right price. But we put a lot of money into it. I put a lot of new hoses, new hydraulic pump, and resealing most of the cylinders, but I've got a couple to go. And you can see here out of this lift cylinders, the wiper seal's pretty much rooted. I've been nursing that one along for a few weeks now, but my hand's sort of going to get forced. And now that we're not running as much dirt over winter, I'll catch up with that. We've got the air conditioning working in this old girl now. That's actually not too bad. But anyway, so there was that lift cylinder there, which was pissing me off. The bucket cylinder down here, I'm going to redo anyway. It's actually not too bad for it's again just the wiper seal. They get sort of a bit old and bashed up, and we're going to have to do that one. So there's three rams we're going to tackle. But what I just wanted to do now is just come out late in the day and just see how bad that top one is, and that'll give me a time frame which I've got to work. So not having a ladder around here, we use the bush ladder. Isolators on. Morning. Hello Daisy Teaspoons. How are you, mate? Oh. Action into the cab. A couple of old man noises as we climb on up. Beautiful. So what I'm going to need for this job is to get a crane out here. It's actually, while I'm sort of warming up, but it raises like another point, and that is that, okay, so you want to come and set a dry blower up or do some scrape and protect, get some processing gear. But a couple of questions is you know, who's going to do the work? Where are you going to do the work? Where are you going to store your equipment? You know, like these are sort of all actually really relevant questions that you may not think about. You know, a Westrac fitter is going to be at least $175 an hour ex-Kalgoorlie. So for most of us that's out. I mean, basically you need to wind up doing most of the work yourself. Where you store the stuff, if you're not living up here, you've got to try and find someone that you can pay off each month, either with a carton of beer or two, or some dollars to store the gear for you. And actually working on the gear, you know, it's getting harder and harder with all the new safety legislation that's coming in this year. You know, you try and help a bloke out or help someone out, and you wind up being the ones getting exposed and shit for it. So anyway, it's an interesting thing, and it's just part of the whole schmozzle that you may not have considered when you think, oh, I want to get into a bit of mining. But it's an important one. So anyway, we've got that down there. I'll just move over here. Let's see. might be able to see what I'm doing there. Okay, that should be right. Let's go and have a Captain Cook. Yep. One moment. Alrighty. Oops. Up on the old bush ladder. Uh-oh. Yeah. There you can see all the oil out there. And that's gone pretty much from nothing to lots fairly quickly. Now you find with the rams, you know, sometimes they can just, you know, they'll drip a bit and they can bloody go for damn near years. But because that one actually happened quite quickly, I reckon there's a good chance this will go the other way, where the wiper's still there that helps keep some of the shit out of the main barrel. I reckon that they may, that might fail and it winds up so that you can't really use the machine at all. It sort of gets to a point where, look, you know you're going to have to do the work, so just bite the bullet and do it. The other one there's not too bad. I mean, it's obviously got a weep to it, but I reckon that one would probably go for quite some time. So that one's not a priority, but again, if we're doing one, we might as well do the other. The one on the Ram, I've been getting away with, but it's that main top ram, the one that's worrying me. I think that's the one will have a bit of a hissy fit. You can see it already starting to weep down the bottom there again, and that's quite a bit of oil. You can see it sort of coming down onto the boom. Oh well. The good thing is these size rams are pretty easy to do myself. But I need to be able to get the bastard off the boom, and to do that I need a little crane. Normally what I do when it's in the yard is I just use my forklift and put it around, take the weight, drop this pin out, drop that pin out, lift the whole thing down. The lift rams are a lot easier because I can just leave it attached to the bottom, and with a forklift you just lower it down from the top, undo the cap, pull the rod out, redo the seals, put it back in straight up. It's pretty easy. I could do that with this one, but it's just, it gets in a bit of a prick of a situation. It's when you're working sort of by yourself, it's just easier to go to the effort of pulling the whole thing off, get it down onto the truck. So basically, and that's the one thing I don't have, is a little crane truck. So Lisa, when you're editing this and having a look, Tony needs a crane truck so you can get that one off and that one off and that one off without relying on anyone else. Tony needs a crane truck. Tony needs a crane truck. Go lift. Look at that cheeky bastard. It's good, the mud's holding that in nicely. But you can see it sort of weeping up here. That's as bad as I want that to ever get. I did this one a little while ago, so that's good to go. Anyway, it's just all maintenance. And like I said, man, we've done so well out of this little digger, because it has been worked over the last sort of 18 months, 2 years. It has done a lot of work for us, with quite a lot of hours too, which for a small excavator is pretty good. Alright prospectors, I'm going to have a cup of tea and think about this. It's but as I said, you just work out how you're going to go about all this when you do get out here. Hopefully you're going to be pretty handy on the tools. If not, you soon will be, because everything breaks down. See you, prospectors.